Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I wanted to talk about Nick Kyrgios and his transformation. Well, it wasn't that long ago that Nick was inspiring us all with his run in Wimbledon, and all the haters were continuing to bag on him and it just makes me laugh with all these people that have lots to say from behind their keyboard, but they've never ever experience what it's like to be a professional sports person, or nor will they ever have the opportunity. However, I digress. So Nick has kept his good form going from Wimbledon, and he started now the hard court season in the United States, and he's come up with a win in the first tournament he's played after Wimbledon. He won the Citi Open in Washington DC this past weekend, and he bet Yoshihito Nishioka in the final 6-4, 6-3. So a straight sets win. And the amazing thing about Nick's run in this tournament was that he didn't get his service broken in one game in the whole tournament. So that's an amazing statistic, not to have his service broken in the whole tournament. So Nick now climbs up to number 37 in the world rankings, and unfortunately, because there was no rankings this year at Wimbledon because of the ATP's little political play over the Russian and Belarusian athletes not being able to play at Wimbledon this year, there was no points awarded for players at Wimbledon. So Nick would have climbed a lot higher in the world rankings if he was able to get some ranking points from Wimbledon. That wasn't the case, and Nick now picks up his first set of ranking points from the Citi Open, a tournament which he actually won 3 years ago. So and that was the last tournament he won. So he obviously has fond memories of playing in Washington DC. He likes the crowds, he likes the American way of life, and he obviously shines well in those situations. So he's now moved up to number 37 in the world, and we really have seen a transformation of Nick Kyrgios in the last 6 months, let's say it that way. He's really started to show his full potential on the tennis court, and if you got to see some of his matches during this past week, you would have seen how much more placid he was. He was more focused. He got on the court, he basically did the business. He just did the business, and nobody gave him any troubles at all this past week. So he's showing his true talent, and I'm a huge fan of Nick Kyrgios. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I think he's great for the sport of tennis. He puts bums on seats, which is, you know, what the ATP Tour want. But more importantly, he shows that vulnerability aside of young people, of professional athletes, the things that they go through. And he does all this without a coach and a physio team and a mentorship and all these other people. He's got his family who follow him now. He's got his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, who seems to be doing wonders. And there's no doubt about it that Nick Kyrgios is a transformed human being right now, and it's fantastic to see. And I hope that he goes on now later this month and has a fantastic run at the US Open, because I think he's got the talent, no doubt about it, to win a Grand Slam. We saw how close he got at Wimbledon, and I think at the US Open he has just as good a chance on the hard court. The only problem I see Nick having on the hard court is his body holding up. 5-set matches over the course of a week under the heat and humidity in New York. I think that's going to be tough for Nick to contend with, but maybe he's going to be able to do it, and maybe he's got himself now into not only the physical condition required, but also that mental application that's required to get to the final and win a final of a Grand Slam tournament. So huge kudos to Nick Kyrgios and his team for turning this around. I think it's a fantastic thing to see, as I said, for the sport of tennis, but also for sport in general. You know, there's a lot of kids out there that are struggling in the world of sport, and when they see people like Nick who are very authentic and very vulnerable, then they show what potential there is and what opportunities that they have for turning their life and their careers around. And Nick is a great role model for so many young kids that are going through all of those struggles to do with that. Really looking forward to the remainder of the season and what Nick's able to achieve. Wouldn't it be fantastic if he got to the ATP finals this year and was amongst the top 10 players? Maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself there, but there's no doubt that Nick's got the potential to do that. So looking forward to the US Open coming up at the end of the month and seeing how he goes there. hoping his body holds up, but there's no doubt about it. Nick Kyrgios has turned the corner, and we're seeing the best level of tennis that he's played in his career so far over a consistent period of time, and let's all hope that that continues. So there we go. Welcome back, Nick Kyrgios. Good to see you doing your stuff, mate, and let's see it continuing into the future. If you like my videos here, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments. What do you think about Nick's run? Are you one of those people that keep bagging Nick for all the times he blows up on the court, or are you somebody that's in his corner now because he's actually playing some fantastic tennis and keeping his head together? Interested to know your views out there, so let me know in the comments of this video. Until next time, my name's Mark. I'll see you again soon.